Hello there and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something that's so incredibly personal, but at the same time, it's a feeling almost every single one of us knows. That feeling of being, well, completely and utterly lost.
You know that feeling, right? It's so strange. Your feet are moving, your calendar's full, but your heart, it just doesn't know where it's going. You're doing all the things you're supposed to do. Work, home, repeat. But there's this quiet, little nagging voice in the back of your head that you've taken a wrong turn, and you don't have a map to get back on track.
So let's just start right there. The first step is just to acknowledge it. This feeling, it's not some kind of glitch in the system. It's real. It's a valid whisper from deep inside you, just trying to say, hey, something here isn't quite right.
I mean, picture this. You're sitting in your car, parked right outside of work. It's a Tuesday morning, nothing special. But for some reason, you just can't get out of the car. Your hand is right there on the door handle, but your mind is just stuck on that one question. That heavy, heavy pause, that is the feeling we're talking about. It's that moment you realize you're a little off course.
And this really shows the huge disconnect, doesn't it? Because on paper, your life might look perfect. You've checked off all the boxes, right? The safe job, the steady income, the life that's supposed to make you happy. But inside, it's a totally different story. Just that quiet, nagging feeling that something really important is missing.
And, it can be an incredibly lonely feeling. It's like you're wandering around in this giant maze, hitting one dead end after another, and you look over and see everyone else just strolling by, totally confident, like they all have a map. It can really make you feel like you're the only one who didn't get the instruction manual.
But here is the most important thing I want you to hear today. That stuck, uncomfortable, totally frustrating feeling, it is not proof that you failed. It's a signal. Seriously, think of it like a smoke alarm for your soul. It's a wake-up call that's trying to get your attention before you wander even further down a path that isn't yours.
So if we're following a map that's leading us somewhere we don't want to be, we have to ask a really important question. Who drew this map in the first place? And this brings us to this huge battle that happens in our heads. The loud, booming noise of what we should do versus that quiet little whisper of what we actually want. And wow, is that chorus of shoulds loud. I mean, it comes from everywhere, doesn't it? Loving parents, well-meaning teachers, what society expects of us, and of course, the endless scroll on social media showing us what a perfect life is supposed to look like. All that noise can get so deafening that we completely forget to listen for anything else. But what's really cool is that we are all born with our own personal navigation system. It's our inner compass. And it's not a logical voice, it's a feeling. It's your gut instinct. It's that little flicker of excitement or that heavy feeling of dread. It's your internal guide that always points you toward what feels honest and true for you.
Which really leads to this massive question, and I want you to take a second and really ask yourself this. Is the life you're building right now, is it actually your own? Or have you been so busy following the map someone else handed you that you've accidentally ended up living out their dream instead of your own?
Okay, so realizing you're on the wrong path can be pretty terrifying, right? Because it just throws you into uncertainty. And we're taught to fear the unknown, to always have a 5-year plan. But let's try to reframe this a bit. Let's look at how this scary, uncertain space can actually be a gift. What if we just challenged that fear for a second? What if not knowing isn't a problem we have to solve right away? What if it's actually a blank canvas, an open field, a powerful, creative space where you finally have room to figure out what you really want to build next?
I mean, think of it like this. Uncertainty is just the bridge between the life that isn't working anymore and the new life that's waiting for you. And yeah, walking across that bridge is scary, for sure. But it's on that bridge that you can finally slow down enough to hear yourself think, to get curious, and to start listening to your own heart again.
So how do you find your way when you're standing in the middle of that bridge? Well, you don't need a new map just yet. What you need is a compass. And that compass, it's built from your core values, the things that are your personal true north.
Let's try a really quick but powerful little exercise. Just mentally strip everything away. Your job, your house, your social status, all that external stuff. Now what's left? What are the unshakable things you would fight to protect no matter what? Your answers, they point directly to your values.
And your values could be anything. They might be things like family or freedom. Maybe for you, it's a deep need for creativity or a commitment to learning new things. Or maybe it's kindness or your health
or being of service to others. These aren't goals to achieve. They're the lights that guide how you want to live, day in and day out.
Because, honestly, feeling lost is often just a symptom of living a life that's out of sync with these values. We get so caught up in being productive that we totally forget to be fulfilled. And that's exactly how we end up with a packed calendar, but a heart that feels completely empty.
Okay, so you started to figure out your values. That is huge. But what now? How do you actually start moving toward them when you feel kind of paralyzed? The answer isn't some giant heroic leap. It's one tiny, almost ridiculously small step.
This is the magic of what we call micro-goals. You set a goal that is so small it feels silly to say no to it. Don't think write a book, think write one sentence. Don't think run a marathon, just take a 10-minute walk. Each of these tiny actions creates this little spark of momentum. It's a small push that just makes that next step feel a little bit easier. And please do not underestimate the power of this. One small, friendly little win can shift the entire energy of your day. It's proof. It's you telling yourself, see, I can move forward. Change almost never happens in some big movie montage. It happens in 1,000 tiny, consistent, and courageous little steps. Now, as you begin to take these steps, there is one last really crucial piece to this whole puzzle, and it's this. You do not have to do this alone. Finding your way is about connection, about support, and about learning how to rewrite your own story. This might be one of the most powerful and brave things you could ever say out loud. Reaching out to a friend you trust or a family member and sharing how you actually feel, not the, oh, I'm fine mask we all wear, that's an incredible act of strength. Sometimes just knowing that one person really sees you can make that whole maze feel way less scary. And finally, let's try to reframe this entire experience. Here's an idea. Try keeping a lost and found journal. On one side, you write down the moments you felt lost, were stuck, or confused. And on the other side, you write down what you found in that struggle. Maybe you found a new level of patience with yourself. Maybe you found an unexpected friendship. Or maybe you discovered a strength you never ever knew you had. Because here's the secret. Being lost is never just about what's missing. It's always, always about what you discover along the way. Wisdom, resilience, courage, and eventually a path that feels like home because it's honestly and truly yours. So I'll just leave you with this to think about. The last time you felt lost, what did you find?